All right, guys, trade recap for today. We end up losing $320. Let's get into it. Get into my thought process here. So, I already have the marks for New York Open in here. So, we had these highs here as targets. We had Asia session here. Bang, bang. And as you can see on market open, NQ did not take out. Like those are targets. But you can see on ES we had an SMT like this. And that's all I was watching, right? So I wanted to see this get taken out after the SMT got formed. NQ had London session low down here and Asia session. Asian session distributed up. We came down a little bit, but I don't think that was enough. But we also had this, which I was paying attention to, but I still just thought the move was lower. Which, in hindsight now, this looks like a very good bullish day. But I was thinking I focused a little too hard on this SMT that was formed before market open. I need to pay more attention to actual market open SMT. But that's what, so when market opened here, ES came down and swept out these little lows here and went back into the hour fair value gap, which it already tapped here and had displacement off. And as ES was doing that on the 5 minute, we started moving down, moving down. We had a push up. We respected. We had a tap in this 5 minute here, slight push down. Okay. And we ripped down. Okay. So I'm seeing ES all the way back down in here. And then Q is up here. So I was okay. Okay with looking for shorts at this moment because of this SMT. So I was looking on NQ during this time of ES being all the way down here, and at I saw this big candle down, which inversed this, and then we tapped back into it, and that's when I entered short. Actually, yeah, that's when I entered right there. The stops here. TP. I literally just wanted to see this get taken out, or this get taken out right here. Was my trade. As you can see, did not play out in my favor. We got absolutely worked right after we started pushing down pretty good. Here, I mean, we were up like 1R actually. And then it just pooped on me. So then it went up, and then it went back down, then it went up. And it was real choppy, as you can see. But the ideal trade would have been like, hey, you got an SMT here. Would there be not? Like, ideally, if I just had more patience, I probably would have taken this trade here with stops down here, targets here, and that wouldn't have played out either because of this crazy work of candles here. But there's a possibility I could have took a partial or two here. But the play would have been to enter here and take your stops if you wanted to take your trade off this 15-minute high here. Would have been the play. Or if you wanted to hold to this 15-minute fair value gap, I think, nope, we didn't touch that yet. So, yeah, that would have been the play of the day. I just don't like taking trades after, I just don't take trades after like 10:20. So, I would not have waited that long for a trade. But it would have been another SMT actually. No, they both were lower. But I mean, honestly, ideally, you just longed NQ once it broke structure because it came down, reswept, hard displacement. Ideally, maybe you entered off that fair value gap and you put your stops. I mean, all the way down here is crazy. You could have targeted that. I mean, how tight could you have kept it? No, you would have got worked. Yeah, you would want it under here, and could have targeted um these highs, I guess. Which I mean, that would have been a banger of a trade. But it would took all the way till 2 p.m. to play out. Like that's just like a 200 tick play. Like that's just not what I'm looking for. So that's just a lot. Like been in that thing for a week. So yep, that's how I took my loss. So what can I take away from this? Today, let me today, I went against my rules a little bit. I took that trade at 9:37. I need to allow price to develop a little more, give me a little more information. Because if I waited later into the market, as you can see here, like ES moving like that, that is extremely choppy. Like how many times we break, like break structure, then we break structure to the upside, and then we inverse this fair value gap to the downside. I mean, you just have no, like, nothing's holding. No bearish or bullish confluences are holding. They're just getting rejected and rejected on the 1 minute. And, like, yeah, ideally, this could have been your trade. But, I mean, as you can see, would have been stopped out before, unless, ideally, this would have been the trade. If you took it up to this 15-minute and took partials. But, knowing me, I would have held up to here and I would have got stopped out. So, yeah, today should have been a no trade day for me, but I got a little aggressive and I just thought I knew where the market was going. And yeah, took a loss today, but not a very big one. 320. I have a lot of room to play with still. So if I can get a big win before the end of this week, I will be up a lot. So yeah, so hopefully we can get some good price action tomorrow. Not blaming this on the price action at all, but good price action for me tomorrow. And I'm gonna just try to be extra patient tomorrow and wait until market gives me a lot, like a good enough amount of information to take my trade. So yeah, y'all have a good one, and hopefully this can help you get better at trading, because doing these recaps and making myself rethink through why I entered that trade, that is not a good trade. I don't know why I entered it. I was obviously trading with greed there, and yeah, that's just a dumb trade by me, and I'm gonna try not to make that mistake in the future.